They was praying that I fall off. Done stood 10 toes, never fall young, finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena, never finna fall off. Done stood 10 toes, never fall young, finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena.
Are you lift shit some fans, huh? Hey, really got a plan, huh? But coming to some paper, you won't even lift your man up. I'm coming off the dribble, it's simple, I make them stand up. Come from where they sagging, now luxury, hold my pants up, I'm nasty. Nick, you should ask me. Best about the city, ask my daughter why she dabbing. Got my name in their mouth while they songs in the drought. I know it's hard to get out, you should be closing your mouth. I told them only time would tell. They craving for attention, guess these didn't know me well. I say nada, don't reply unless it's about $1. Oh well, okay, ha 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 ha. All this local, just some local. I'm doing shows overseas, they don't know you. Hey, check the wristwatch, that's a rollie. Really making mine off rap, I'm the only
that I fall off. Done stood 10 toes, never fall young, finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena, never finna fall off. Stood 10 toes, never fall young, finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena.
I'm the one from the pink house on Lost Robles. Wasn't shooting, man, we really got it off the shoulders. And that's for real. And ever since they took away money, been in my fields. I really started grinding and winning, got me a deal. And now I'm paid up. The times that we was down, guess it been made up. Started doing numbers, now these little paid us. So what? Set the bar so high that they can't touch. Really think it's jealousy, they mad that they ain't us. Hey, but that shit, man, I'm Gina Race, will set ablaze. And I don't give a that you feel away. Word how you feel the worst way to kill a day. Focus on my paper, got direct deposit on the way. But hey, y'all can have the best in the city. I'm the best out this month. Say it with me. Hey, y'all can have the best in the city. I'm the best out this month. Say it with me.
Fall off. Stood 10 toes, never fall young, finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena, never finna fall off. Stood 10 toes, never fall young, finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the show, man. Hope all is well with everybody today, and I hope y'all had a great weekend, man, spending it with family and friends and loved ones and all that great stuff. We're back in the building once again. Thank God. We do have some topics to go over and discuss. We have a major rumor that's been floating around here that we're going to be digging into. We also going to be talking about Ico, the possibility of Ico. I mean, I grew up playing Ico on PS2, legendary. And there's some things I want to talk about with Sony in particular when it comes to the PlayStation 5 and what I could potentially see them doing moving forward there. So we're going to be digging into that one. We're also going to be talking about Palworld for the PS5. I think most people at this point still play Palworld. We're going to be digging into that possibility as well. And Microsoft literally just going big at Gamescom. I mean, considering Sony is not going to be there, I mean, Microsoft had already announced that they were going to be there. They're pretty much there like every year at this point. And so it's very, very exciting to see, that Microsoft still keeps the spirit alive, the events alive, and keep them pushing and going as much as they possibly can. Because honestly, man, it sucks when you have a company like Sony that, they know how to bring hype and excitement to their brand and stuff like that. But at the same time, they just like to be closed lip on everything. So, but there's that one. My man, Larry K, thank you so much, man. With the 31 months, says, keep up the good work, Marlon. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's hard. Make sure you guys, it seems like YouTube is dragging their feet again when it comes to sending out notifications. So I'm relying on you guys right now. Please go ahead and hit that like button for me. It is very, very crucial for the continuation of our show. Please hit that like button for me. I can't stress it enough. But yeah, it seems as though YouTube is slacking again on notifying people because it's obviously not everybody. And from time to time, pediography, blah, blah, I can't speak right now. From time to time, they typically don't send out notifications. I'm getting a little tongue twisted there, but nevertheless, I did want to touch upon some things. A couple of you guys kind of reached out to me on Xbox, and yeah, I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring over the weekend, and man, I don't know. Like I tell everybody, like Elden Ring is not for everybody, but at the same time, also too, I just feel like that game is just purposefully hard for a reason. And it's only a select few people that can actually play that game. And let me tell you, man, that game will make you cuss. That game will make you throw some controllers, especially the DLC right now. There are so many complaints about the DLC being even harder than the main game. And the camera angles at times can be a bit cumbersome. But man, I don't know. I just keep going back to it and keep going back to it and keep going back to it. And, there was this one particular boss. I think I'm close to about 100 hours in the game now. I know that's like a drop in the bucket for a lot of people that, have been playing the game for like the past 2 years nonstop. Like I haven't been able to even play it nonstop like the past 2 years, obviously when the game was out, but managing to get back into it now for the past couple of weeks. And yeah, man, I think I finished up like a lot of leveling up for my character right now. A lot of weapons. There's this, I'm kind of focusing on separate things like grinding and getting my character up there. And then also trying to get like certain weapons and stuff like that and maxing out those weapons and stuff and just sort of like getting myself prepared and things of that nature. And I'm close to level 90 right now, which is, again, a drop in the bucket for some people. Some people are like at 150. Some people are like 200. Some people are like 300. You know, some people are like way ahead of me, but hey, I'm playing at my own pace. I'll definitely say that. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring on the Xbox Series S. So that's been taking up a lot of my game time. And yeah, I just want to just grind and just kind of get that game over with. And then, you know, potentially get into the DLC. And then, you know, just finish up a lot of the games that I currently already do have already. You know, that I need to jump on and finish up as well. So just a lot of backlog stuff that's going on, just in case if you guys want to know what I've been doing. But yeah, just a lot of backlog stuff, just trying to finish, you know, games up and things of that nature. So appreciate you guys, man. Larry K, thank you so much, man, for helping us end off the month of June strong. Yes, the goal is to end this month off really, really strong. So if you guys haven't already become a member, feel free to also do so as well. Hit that join button. It definitely does help us out. Marcus, what's up, man? How you doing? Ba, what's up? Let's see here. Abe, what's up, man? How you doing? Stream it? Nah, man. I'm not about to stream no Elden Ring, bro. I am not about to stream no Elden Ring, bro. You say you have 400 deaths in Elden Ring DLC? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not a game that I would like to stream. Nah, man. That game, that will just get me really, really upset, bro. Like, I mean, that's the type of game that you play offline. Because Elden Ring is a game that, for some reason, bro, it's like, whether it's a boss or you get to a new area or something like that. And man, it just brings out, like my wife said, like it just brings out the worst in you, bro. Like literally, Elden Ring brings out the worst in anybody because you're going to cuss, you're going to rage, you're going to throw your controller. And I just don't think it's fun for people to sit there and watch somebody play Elden Ring because you're going to die a lot into the game. And what I've learned is, as a streamer for well over 10 years now, I've been streaming well over 10 years. I've realized that, you know, people start losing interest. You know what I mean? When with any game, like you know, you're playing a game and you start dying too much, people are just going to leave. You know what I mean? And Elden Ring is just not a game. Doesn't matter how good you are at the game, you're going to die in that game. That's just the way it is. And it's just like, man, I don't know. So I just played offline, man. And I don't even have multiplayer turned on. I just play by myself. You know what I'm saying? If I fight a boss and it's like an easy boss and I know what kind of spell or what kind of weapon I need to use to take that boss out, then I know exactly what I need to do. And I grind and I, you know, go different sections of the map and do what I need to do, come back. All right, let's get rid of this boss and then on to the next one. So it's a grind. Elden Ring is a grind, but streaming, nah. That's a game you don't want to stream, bro. I'm telling you, you don't want to stream it because you're going to be raging, and some people get a kick out of that stuff, you know, get a kick out of you being mad and stuff like that. But nah, man, I'm Gucci on that one. I'm Gucci. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, just playing a lot of Elden Ring. And yeah, just maintaining and just getting it done, man. But yeah, so we got some couple interesting things to talk about today on the show, which I find very intriguing, right? And it's funny how we've heard the statement of, oh yeah, people don't care about old games. People don't care about old games. And that within itself is a lie. It's definitely a lie, because Capcom right now has proven to us, since the start of this generation, has proven to us that remakes done right, I'm going to say it again, remakes done right. And on top of it being done right, remakes that people are asking for, okay? People are asking for it. There's a huge interest into said game. I am telling you, it is a recipe for success. You don't believe me? I'll show you guys right now. I'm not putting a timestamp on this one. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. Look at this right here. I am literally just blown away by when I saw this. Look at this. This is coming from PSU.com. Resident Evil 2 Remake is the best-selling entry in the series with over 13.9 million sales. Now, let that sink in. Let that sink in. That's almost 14 million copies, bro, off of a game that is old, well over 10 years old at this point. You see what I'm trying to tell you guys? Sony is playing, bro. They're joking around, bro. If they think that remakes or remasters, at least the good remakes and remasters, don't sell, man, you look at this, man. This is selling way more than a lot of sequels to these newly released games from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. That's why I said, man, it makes zero sense to me. Look at this. Resident Evil 2 Remake surpassed 10 million copies sold in July of 2022. In July of 2020, that was 2 years ago, and is currently the highest selling game in the series, having sold over 13.9 million copies at the time we are staying at home. 13.9 million. That was during the pandemic, but at the same time, it really goes to show you. It really goes to show you, right? Like, I looked at that and I was like, wow. 13.9 million. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't care. The point of the matter is this. This is a true testimony that if you listen to your fans and if you make the right games, make the right remakes, or what, now, it don't even have to be a remake. It just needs to be a great, phenomenal game to pique somebody's interest. And what I've realized is too, the game cannot be too hard, because right now Elden Ring is getting slapped on Steam right now for being too hard. At least the DLC. The DLC is way too hard and people are complaining about that. So what I've realized is, listen, as long as you can make a great game, a phenomenal game that's firing off on all cylinders, right? And it's not too hard, because a lot of people just don't have the time to be sitting there. You know, it's not even worth the stress, right? For some people to even play a certain game over and over and over, or fight a certain boss over and over again. Most people don't have that type of time on their hands. Some people do, some people don't. So you need that perfect balance. But 13.9 million copies, man. Wow, bro. Wow. Congratulations to Capcom. This is why I've said before, Capcom have some of the best IPs in the world. And, you know, Capcom is not perfect. They're one of the best set of developers, set of publishers of this entire generation. If I have to throw my 2 cents on it, I would say Capcom needs to do a Dino Crisis. We've been asking for a Dino Crisis remake forever at this point, right? And I'm not asking it. That's going to sell, right? Onimusha. What? Oh my God. Listen, bro. Listen, man. And you know, this, and these, that's what I'm saying. Sean Layton was talking about how these games are costing so much money to make. 150 million, 200 million. Listen, man, these games are taking a longer time to make. And if you don't have AA stuff ready, if you don't have the AAA stuff ready, if you don't have any indie games ready, remakes are a very good balance. Remakes are something that you can interject into the life cycle of a console. Too much of it is never good. All right. And obviously too much of one thing is never good. But at the same time, you need that perfect balance of nostalgia. I am telling you, y'all don't believe me, but the next article we're going to look at, you're going to see why there's such a high interest for retro gaming, and why retro gaming is so important at the core, especially at the core of PlayStation. Look at Nintendo. Look at what Nintendo, look at what Nintendo is doing. Look at the last Nintendo Direct. Nintendo is beefing up their collections of older games on Nintendo Switch Online, and they're incorporating all these older stuff that, generally speaking, some of them got updated, some of them are just the same, like the same original game that you're actually playing. Perfect Dark, the original Perfect Dark, being able to play that again, even though obviously if you want to go play that, you can go play that, but those are the type of games that I will lose my mind if done right and actually have a proper to current generation remake from the ground up. Are you serious right now? Parasite Eve. That's also another game. I can go on and on and on. People talk about SOCOM, Resistance, Killzone. All these games are mega franchises, backbones. Why do you think the PS2 sold so freaking well? Part of the PS2 success majority of the success of the PS2 was obviously the library of games, but also you have to factor in the fact that it was literally the cheapest DVD player of its time, right? It was just the perfect console because you had the mixture of having a gaming machine. You could pop a CD in there, play music if you wanted to. You could pop a movie in there if you wanted to. So that was a lot of people excuses back then to say, hey, you know what? I want a PS2. Oh, why do you want a PS2? Because you're asking your mom or you're asking your dad, oh, it plays movies. You know what I mean? So your parents are thinking, oh, you just want to watch movies or whatever the kids may. Oh, okay, well, we not realizing it's actually a gaming console, but and obviously the parents that actually look at it and be like, oh, it's a gaming console, but you could actually play movies on it. And the library of games on PS2 was out of this world. I don't even think the PlayStation 5 is going to be able to outdo the PS2 in terms of lifetime sales. Sony's forecast, obviously, for sales and things of that nature for the PS5 obviously fell short for them because they were projecting it to do way higher than what it actually did. I mean, it's still doing well. PS5s are still selling, but bro, in order for you to replicate that type of success, PlayStation 2 type of success, you have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of work to do. And I mean, a lot of work. I mean, yes, PS5 is the fastest selling, but in terms of long haul, in terms of lifetime, PS2 still holds the crown, bro. And that goes without saying. That console is goated. I don't care what nobody say. And at the same time, you looked at DNAs of the things that people ask for so much. And not even just that, backwards compatibility. That was also great about PS2. The fact that you can pop a PS1 game in there and play any PS1 game, at least on the fat OG PS2, play any PS1 game and you are good to go. Good to go. All in one. I miss that, man. I miss that. I miss that type of nostalgia, bro. Man, yo. The things that I used to do, bro. The things that I used to do. I can't even say it right now, bro. Like, I literally got no sleep. Just up late at night playing PS2. You know what I mean? I had the final, I forgot which one of the Final Fantasy games it was, but it come with the hard drive and the modem, 56K modem. And you'll be able to play online, and it was just such a good time. I miss that nostalgia. And with the games like Ico, which we're going to be talking about today on the show, those type of games, man, were so good. Like 23 years ago, 23, 24 years ago, man, those times were legendary, right? And now it's like we're either getting remakes and remaster of things that we don't want, or we're getting movie adaptations for games. And then obviously that bleeds into them remaking or remastering something or whatever the case may be. And so it's just, I don't know. I don't know. But that leads me into our first topic of discussion today. Make sure you guys give me a big thumbs up on the show. I'm so serious right now because it seems like YouTube is dragging their feet. So I need you guys to step it up with the likes today. Please retweet the stream if you're on Twitter, whatever platform you use. Please, I'm asking you guys, if you do love this show and you want the show to continue every day, I'm asking you to do your part in sharing out the stream on whatever platform it is so that people are aware that we're live. Can't depend on YouTube. Please hit that like button for me and make sure you subscribe, tag me, or super chat at any point of the conversations that we're having on the show today. All right, so with that being said, let's dive right off into the main part of the show, man. Let me get my camera here, my bottom camera working. Okay. Oh boy. All right. I think you already know what I'm about to say. Some of you guys know me. You know what I'm about to say right now. Man, oh man. All right. Diving into our first story here. We have a rumor. Now, this is not the first time I've been hearing this. Full credit goes to Hip Hop Gamer. He was one of the first. You guys know me. When it comes to sourcing people, I'm 100% on that. Always 100%, because that's just common journalist practice. Common 411 that you do. Whenever you are writing an article, you need to, wherever you got the information from, you need to sort. That's just one-on-one stuff that I learned back in the day, like 18 years ago. Whenever you're writing an article, you need to source that, or quote, write that article and have that quote from that actual original article there or whatever. But that's besides the point. Full credit goes to Hip Hop Gamer because he was one of the first ones to talk about this at first. That, Sony is working on a way where because of the architecture of the PS3 and how complicated it is to have, PS3 games running on PS5, Hence why we got it the way we got it, right? Where we can only stream the games, which is so annoying considering everything else we can download and play. When it comes to retro stuff, we can stream, we can download, we can do whatever. But when it comes to PS3, and I feel like it's a shame when it comes to PS3, because PS3 was the generation where I felt like it was just incredible in the middle of the generation. At the beginning of the generation, it was very slow, but we really started to see Sony hit their strides in the middle of the generation. That's when things start picking up. And arguably, hands down, the PS3 generation is one of the greatest generations of all time when it comes to the games and things of that. And there's a lot of games for PlayStation 3 that I would love to play natively on my PlayStation 5. And it's sad because honestly, if you really want me to be real with you guys, I would love to put in my PS3 game. I would love to put in my PS3 physical game inside of my PS5 and just play, right? It's so sad that if you really want to play a certain PS3 game and it's not available on PlayStation Plus Premium or whatever the case may be, you got to go out there and go buy it. You got to go out there and go buy the game physically, and then you got to go out there and go buy the console if you don't already have a PS3. So it's really sad to see that fast forward into 5 generations of PlayStation, or at least say 2 generations. Just hear how ridiculous that sounds. 2 generations later, after PlayStation 3, we still cannot play games natively on the console. What? Hear how ridiculous that sounds. That is just insane to me. How is it that Sony can come into this generation and the PS3, for whatever reason, obviously because of the cell processor and the architecture, for whatever reason they're saying, oh, we just can't natively, we can't do it. And it's like, we already went through that with PS4, right? Now we coming into this generation where they say, what is the excuse going to be when the PlayStation 6 comes out? Because I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Off the rip, bro, I don't care if y'all want to get mad, y'all want to defend Sony like From Software. I don't care. I speak my mind. Listen, if we go into PlayStation 6, dog, and we don't have native support for every generation of PlayStation, we got a massive friggin' problem. Y'all can defend that all you want. Please go ahead and defend that. I don't care. Listen to me, man. If we go to PlayStation 6 and we can't play PS5, PS4, PS3, PS2, and PS1 games, we got a serious problem. And you hear it in my voice. I'm so angry because it makes no sense for the competition, which is Microsoft, to be having a way better backwards compatibility support. It makes no sense, especially with 360. Yes, there are select titles, not every single 360 game that you can play, but the more popular ones, the ones that people really genuinely do care about, a lot of them are on there. And not only that, but the stuff that they're doing with FPS boosts and, you know, breathing new life into these games. I mean, it's almost like a remaster version that you're actually playing. I miss that. I miss that about Sony, bro. And I want that back. I'm saying all of this out of consideration for a lot of the retro gamers out there. You know who you are. Stand up in the stream right now. Stand up in the chat right now. Show yourself in the chat. Show yourself, because I know y'all are out there. Fight for what you want. Speak up for what you want, because I know without the shadow of a doubt, playing these old school games, bro, does a lot for your mental health, because a lot of these new age games are just not that good. They're just not that good. And they cost so much more money. They cost more money to make. They cost more money for us to purchase them. I know. I'm not asking you. I know it wholeheartedly. And it's so sad. It's so sad. Every single generation we get cut short. Like our expectations get cut short. Things that, ambitions get cut short. Like, it's just crazy. That's why I always tell you guys, man, you can't hype up nothing. Nothing you can't hype up, because the amount of hype that was in the PS5 generation, it is literally insane. The amount of hype, right? And then the biggest thing was, oh yeah, Marlon, you can play you can play all the PlayStation games, all the older PlayStation games on the PS5. Those were the rumors. People was emailing me. People was in my inbox. Oh yeah, I heard the PS5 can do PS1, PS2, and PS3 games and PS4 games natively. And we're talking about this. We ain't even talking about just downloading the games. We're talking about this. And the fact when the truth came out, and the fact that we can't do that, oh man, bro. It's sad, man. And to me, that actually hurt the fullest potential of the PS5. Because right now, I guarantee you, if the PS5 had full backwards compatibility, a lot of people wouldn't be tripping as much. They wouldn't be tripping. They would have been fine. They would have been like, you know what, Marlon? You know what? Let them take their precious time with these games. It's okay. I can go back and I can play Jet Moto. I can go back and I can play Heavenly Sword. I can go back and I can play Dark Sector. I can go back and I can play Lair. I could go back. Man, there's so many freaking. I could go back and I could play Motorstorm. I could go back and play SOCOM. I could go back and play Resistance. Do I need to keep freaking going? MAG, all these freaking games. Nope. Nope. Immolation. You good luck. You're on your own. Right. And it's so much money to be made in that circle. And it's like, obviously, this rumor is not out of the realm of possibility, because we have heard that Sony have a game preservations team specifically for things like this. So only thing I can say, I really do hope that Sony follows through with their promises. I mean, they did say that they're working on this stuff, and they will give us the ability so that we can actually download PS3 games natively on the box and to be able to experience the greatness of PS3. It's sad. It's so freaking sad. I mean, it's almost as if like Sony literally hurted themselves when they were designing the PS3, because the cell processor that's in the PS3 is such a beast. I mean, I remembered some of my greatest memories of PS3 was being able to pop a PS2 game in there and it looked even better. Y'all remember that? They're like I forgot what the engine is called, or the chip that was emotion. It had the emotion in. I think the PS2 chip was called the emotion chip, or the engine that it used, emotion engine or something like that. And if I remember correctly, that was on the 20, 40, and 60 gig PS3s and the 80 gig PS3. By the time we got to the 80 gig PS3, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was just immolation. But the 60 gig PS3 that I had, I was able to pop a PS2 game in there and it actually looked better. Like, it looked better than how it would play natively on the PS2. And I was like, wow, it looks so much more crisp, right? It looks so much more crisp and everything. And I was like, wow, I miss that, man. I miss that. Now everything is garbage. Now everything is just, oh yeah, paywall. Everything is behind a paywall. I understand that Sony is a business and they have to make money, but man, gaming is not like what it used to be back in the day, bro. I mean, you had those, some people, I used to call them purple bottom this. Y'all remember those purple bottom? Back in the day, we used to call them blue bottom this. Having a PS2 back in the day, I know I'm talking French to some of y'all. Y'all probably don't even know what the heck I'm talking about, but whatever. It's nostalgia time. The blue bottom disc PS2s, the ones that could read, there was a specific amount of fat PS2s that could read those blue bottom or purple discs. And there were certain type of games that were blue bottom discs or purple discs. We're just gonna say blue bottom. And I think it was Virtua Fighter. It was Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter. That was another. I love Virtua Fighter. And it was if I remember, Ridge Racer. I still have good memory. Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer on PS2. It had a blue bottom. And man, I remember back in the day there were some newer fat PS2s that couldn't do the blue bottom disc. And I remember like, nah, I have to have both. I told my stepmom, I was like, nah, I have to have both. She was like, what do you want for your birthday? I said a PS2. She bought me the fat PS2, and then she bought me the slim PS2. I'll never forget it. And the slim PS2, if I remember correctly, couldn't read it. So it just could read the regular silver bottom disc and stuff like that. I miss, man. Gaming now is just garbage, man. It's just not, it's not the same, bro. It's just not the same, man. I said, Marlon, you forgot one more choice in your poll. Yeah, I couldn't have all the stuff I wanted to add in there. So it is what it is. Thank you for the $1. But yeah, I digress, man. But there's a market, man. I said all this to say this. There's a market for everything. And if they're doing this, if they're really and truly doing this right now, make it happen, because people are paying for this stuff. And you don't believe me, Sly 1. I'm going to say that before I even, this is a living proof to what I'm saying, that the demand right now is very high and still high for retro games. You don't believe me? Let's take a look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, man. You show them the numbers. You show them the numbers. Show them the freaking numbers right now. Look at this right here. You're not surprised that this is the case. Look at this. Look at this. This is coming from PSU.com. All right. The original Sly game. It says, look at this right now. Sucker Punch Sly 1 has been named as the most popular PlayStation Plus premium classic game to date. Its launch earlier this month. So its launch was earlier this month, and it's the most popular game. What people have been asking for the longest time? What have people been asking? Oh, Sony, you need to remake Sly. You need to remake Sly. Or the only thing that we've heard from Sucker Punch, that it's not out of the realm of possibilities for them to do it, but they're obviously busy working on Ghost right now. Look at these numbers, bro. Look at these numbers for this old freaking game. That is freaking crazy. If Sony's not looking at these numbers and be like, okay, we need to do something with Sly, they are stupid. Sony is freaking stupid if they don't look at this and say, oh yeah, we need to make another. Bro, there is a demand for this stuff. Okay. It said, according to the gameplay data for over 3.1 million, check that out. 3.1 million active PSN accounts analyzed by Game Insights and True Trophies, which reveals that Sly's debut title recorded at a 2.5 higher player count at launch over The Legend of Dragoon. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Bro, how long now? How long now since we had PlayStation Plus Premium? What, a year? A year and change at this point? A year and change? And all the stuff that they've been releasing in PlayStation Plus Premium. And that is it just came out a month ago. That is the most popular game out of all the games that Sony's been dropping in PlayStation Plus Premium. That's a shame. What does that tell you? If you put out the right games, people will be all over it. Simple as that. Cut and dry as that. Man, I don't even know how much more to stress it, dog. It's a shame. It's a shame. You know what I mean? It's a shame. And, granted, man, I don't know when we're going to ever get back to the really good times of Sony. I don't know. I don't think it's ever going to come back. And it really don't feel like 30 years of PlayStation. It really don't. Now, let's check out this rumor. This has come from PSU.com. Sony working on Select, I quote, Select PS3 backwards compatibility for PS5. So similar to how the Xbox 360 is via backwards compatibility when it comes to Xbox One, when it comes to the, the series consoles and things of that nature. Well, apparently that's what Sony is doing. So only a select amount of PS3 games are going to be natively supported on the PlayStation 5. Okay. So, Nick Baker has claimed on the latest Xbox Era podcast via an anonymous source that Sony is working on select PS3 backwards compatibility, allowing them to be played natively on the actual PlayStation 5. Quote, this is coming from Nick. Shout out to Nick, man. Quote, Sony is working on select PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility. That's what I've heard. That's what he's saying. And said Baker, he says he went on to note that he hasn't received any additional information on the matter, but speculates that Sony may go down a similar path to Microsoft in the sense that selective titles will be added to its backwards compatibility lineup over time. So there it is. And again, full credit goes to Hip Hop Gamer as the original source, and obviously corroborated by Nick Baker, because like I said, the last time I heard anything about this years ago was Hip Hop Gamer. So full credit goes to Hip Hop Gamer and also Nick Baker on this one. Make it happen. Make it happen. It's only going to be select games, select titles, but I really hope that it's going to be games that people really do care about, and not games that people don't care about. Like some of the legendary franchises, some of the games that made PlayStation 3. And we already know what those games are. I'm not going to sit here and blah, 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 blah all day about all this stuff. But it is what it is, man. I've said it over and over and over again. Sony, you could sell way more consoles than what you're selling right now. If they had full backwards compatibility, bro, man, the only way Sony can top the PS2 is if they get majority of people on PS4 to come to PS5. Well, Marlon, how can Sony do that? Well, I'll tell you. They just got to put out the right games. They have to put out the right games. Not only that, but I'm just saying, how amazing would it be if Sony would have just had full backwards compatibility? A lot of people that are on PS4 right now probably, and even though the PS5 is natively supported by PS4, still, it comes down to the obvious games. Like the games that people, are playing on PS4 that's not on PS5. Right? And it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what Sony does, man. We'll see what Sony does. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button. Told y'all this is the nostalgia stream. Ico. Oh my God, bro. Wow. Now, I remember the Shadow of Colossus and Ico collection. That was on PS3. I believe it was on PS4 as well. And bro, I was like, wow. Like, I remember playing that game on PS2. Man, it was just incredible. It was incredible for its time. I think literally over 20 something years ago at this point. And I was like, imagine a game like that in today's time. Imagine a game like that with the RE2 flavor. That would just be insane. That's a game that a lot of people have never played before. Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about, and that's okay. And this is why I say Sony needs to remake some of their legendary franchises. I remember Last Guardian. Oh my God. The Last Guardian, bro. That game, that game was ahead of its time. Obviously, that game wasn't for everyone. It's not an everyone type of game. But man, The Last Guardian, that was another game that was so in the vein of Ico. And it was so good because it really showed you what storytelling is really all about. I mean, really good storytelling. And, you know, not only that too, but it took advantage of the PlayStation 3 hardware. Like, you want a game to really show you what the PS3 could do. The Last Guardian was one of those last big games for the PS3. And I remember how great that game was. Shout out to Colossus, shout outs to Blue Point Games. And, you know, to see this conversation even the horizon again, I'm like, okay, well, let's see where this remake spark is coming from. And you know how Sony is, right? If Sony makes a TV/movie adaptation, the remaster or remake is not that far off. Like it's the pattern of Sony now. Like, if they do a movie adaptation, they're gonna do a remake or a remaster to kind of balance up on that money. And so apparently, Ico TV/movie adaptation reportedly pitched to Sony. We will see if they bite. But a rumor has it that a TV movie adaptation of PS2's Ico was recently pitched to Sony, but it's unclear if something ever came out of it. PlayStation Productions, the team responsible for giving PlayStation IPs the Hollywood treatment, was reportedly seeking a pitch for Ico. So, and this is obviously coming from Easy Allies podcast, so full credit goes to them. Michael Huber, full credit goes to him. And so we'll see. We'll see. And it seems like this is the pattern of Sony now, is that they are, you know, they're gonna even Uncharted, like, you know, Uncharted 2 and things of that nature. Like, you see how they are right now, where we heard the rumor about them making an Uncharted remake. For all we know, Sony is sitting on that right now. That's probably why we haven't seen anything on it, right? Because, you know, hey, they're working on it, right? And you have to just be patient, right? So there's that one. Obviously, we know that they greenlit Uncharted 2, the movie, and we know that's coming out. So expect them to do maybe an Uncharted 1 and 2 remake or something like that to kind of, you know, offset that so they can actually make money off of that. We will see what they do. But also, we have learned about an Uncharted 5 as well. So typically, a lot of these movie-based video games and things of that nature, this is kind of like the ballpark of what Sony is actually trying to do. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Would you like an Ico remake or something along those lines? Let me know. All right. So let's talk about our next topic at hand here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button for me. I appreciate you guys. So the next topic here, I thought I actually had it pulled up. I guess not. Oh, here it is. I got it. I pulled it up. Let's slap this over here. And all right. So Palworld. Now this is a game that, you know, massive success, obviously sold so much. And, you know, people on Xbox, PC, you know, obviously enjoy that game. Now, if you're not into that type of game, then that's completely understandable. But hey, for those of you who are caring enough about a franchise like this, or a game like this, I should say, but yeah, Palworld PS5 release seemingly teased. So right now, it's being teased. So Palworld's PS5 release is being teased by none other than Pocket Fair's global community manager, Bucky. So the game was expected on Sony's console eventually as Pocket Pair confirmed it was in talks to bring Palworld to more platforms and had previously hinted at a potential PlayStation 5 version. So obviously over on X over the weekend, Bucky posted to someone, obviously a non-cryptic tweet, not so cryptic tweet, I should say, teasing the Palworld PS5 version. So we'll see. Woo! Blessings. You know, we'll see, because obviously he tweeted out, and obviously he had all the hearts there, like green heart, white heart, blue heart, ding, 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 ding. PlayStation. So we'll see. We'll see. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the game is still in early access right now. So we'll see if that happens and if you guys will be, thrilled about it or whatever. But hey, we'll see what happens. All right. Christian says, did you read my... Yeah, no. It's not you didn't give me a super chat. You gave me a Goku. And yeah, I've already read it. Yeah, I already said it, man. There's no way to add more options to the poll. So that's what you see is the max that you can get. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. Now here we go. Now, depending on how you look at this, guys, is how you look at it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say at this point. So, Microsoft right now is in the hot seat, man. Microsoft is in the hot seat, and it's looking good on the Microsoft side right now. I mean, Xbox fans deserves to eat good. Gamers deserves to eat this good, bro. Like, this is exciting because unlike Sony right now, we don't know nothing. And I think while it hurts me to say this, I think Sony is going to be quiet for the remaining part of the summer. And we're not going to get anything from Sony until September, if we're going to get anything. But right now, Microsoft has all the action. Microsoft is in the hot seat right now. And this is legendary because right now, Microsoft, obviously, they have always been at Gamescom and they're going all out at Gamescom. They're going to have a massive booth at Gamescom. And that is exciting to me because then, obviously we can get to see some games that we haven't seen. Hey, Demont, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Do me a favor. Make sure you turn on that post notification bell on all. Welcome to the channel. And, we get to see some games or get to see more of some of the games that were shown off at the Xbox showcase. Count me in because, man, it's just annoying at the fact that Sony has little to no presence at these gaming events, and it's for a reason because they want to do their own thing. And I hear you. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, man, can we get a little bit of information? It's just like, Microsoft is doing they're probably going to promote those 3 Xbox consoles that they showed off at the Xbox showcase. They're going to show more Diablo, maybe more Call of Duty and Towerborn. I heard that Towerborn is still slated for 2024. So we're going to get to see Towerborn. We're going to get to see more gameplay on that. That's exciting. That gets me hype. You see what I'm saying? Now, I've seen some mixed bag things from some people saying that, Avowed is probably going to be a hit or miss game. Hey, man, one thing I can say about Microsoft, you got so much to choose from. You got a buffet. A lot of you dudes, know what it's like to go to a buffet, right? You pick, choose, and refuse. You don't want chicken? Well, there's fish. You don't want fish? Oh, there's beef. You don't want beef? There's lobster. There's shrimp. Whatever you want. That's Microsoft right now. You see what I'm saying? Microsoft, they've been showing us what they've been cooking in the oven for so long, for 4, 5, 6 years, from 6 years ago, right? We're starting to see everything that they've been cooking come out. Well, not everything, but what they have shown us at the Xbox showcase. And it's like, wow, there's so much to choose from. You can never say out of your mouth that, oh, well, yeah, this ain't enough. Or, hey, well, Microsoft ain't putting out no games. Or, no, there are so many games to play, especially this holiday season. You have no excuse. Whether you want to go buy an Xbox, that's your business. Whether you want to go build a PC, that's your doggone business. If you want to stream their games on xCloud, on a TV or a phone or a tablet, wherever Game Pass is, you have no excuse. You have all the options, unlimited options, right? to do whatever you want to do when it comes to Xbox and to play the games that you want to play when it comes to Xbox. And that is exciting. And that gets me excited because at least in August, we have something to look forward to. Now, the area where I would say I want Sony to be better in, bro, is I want them to be more out there. I want them to communicate with us more. I want them to be doing more shows. More shows. Show us more. But because of past mistakes and past criticisms, Sony don't want to show anything until when it's closer to release. Double-edged sword, right? You can't blame them. Because as soon as a game comes out that does not meet expectations, it gets butchered. It gets butchered. And at that point, it's like, yeah, we're not going to show anything else until we're 100% confident in it. Until when it's closer to the ending of the game in terms of development cycle, then we'll show it. And it's annoying. It's very annoying. But at the same time, I'd rather them show me something high quality and very polished and mind-blowing than show me a dumpster fire or show me a bug fest. No, because then I'm not going to have enough spray to spray all them bugs that's in that doggone game. So, I don't know, man. But kudos to Microsoft. Take all the spotlight that you need, because come September, if Sony have anything up their sleeves, I just don't understand why not announce the PS5 Pro. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting on? At this point, I think the only thing that Sony is doing right now is mass producing the PS5 Pro behind the scenes right now. We have not gotten out one. Don't you find that weird? We have not gotten out one official stuff about the PS5 Pro. The only thing that we have gotten is rumors and hearsay when it comes to PS5 Pro. My whole thing is, why wait till September to reveal the PS5 Pro? Why not reveal it soon and build hype? Show off at least one or two games on it. Have a state of play or something and show off games running on it and build that hype. Why do we have to wait until September? Can somebody please tell me, why do we have to wait until September? And then you show it off in September, and then now it becomes a rush thing, because now it's like, oh, it's revealed. Then now they're going to be trying to promote it. And for some people, that's just not enough time next to release, because it's going to come out in November. So it's like, okay, well, now we just have a month and a half to get it out there to the world. Why not start now? I mean, we're ending June. Why not reveal the PS? Whatever. It's so frustrating. At least for me. I can't speak the same for you guys. At least for me, it is so frustrating the way how Sony does things. Like, it's just like, bro, like, now is the time when it's so freaking dry. I mean, it's so dry you can light it. Like, it's so dry. Now is the time. On the Microsoft side of things, it is so much to look forward to. There's so much going on Game Pass. It's just like, yes, let's go. I'm looking forward to what's that game called? Flintlock. You know, even though that's third party, looking forward to playing that. There's so much stuff. You know, you got Avowed to look forward to. You got Indiana Jones. You got Black Ops. All that stuff is in Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have something like on Sony. It's just like, okay, we already know about Phantom Blade. We already know about Astrobot, you know, but those games are just not the same. Yeah, I'm hype about Phantom Blade Zero, but like I said, those games are just not the same. They don't have the same weight. Put an Astrobot and put a Ghost of Tsushima 2 together. Not even the same caliber. What? Not even in the same hype train. Two separate hype trains. Man. Whatever, man. Whatever. Like, I'm talking to the wall right now. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. We'll see what we get, and we'll see what Sony does. Sony likes to take their merry time on everything, And it's a good and it's a bad thing. Good in the sense of if you already have things cooking already and, you know, there's some big stuff out and, you know, people can get hype and, you know, spark conversations around. And there's another part where it's just like there's nothing going on and it's just dry and it's just quiet. And it's like Sony's been this way for years, bro. And they're not changing. They're not changing for nobody. Is either you get with the program or get out. There you go. Anyways, let's get to the Q&A portion of the show right now. If you have any questions, you said Pro won't be released. Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Oh, man, I've heard so many mixed stuff about, oh, PS5 Pro is not real. PS5 Pro is not happening. I've heard so many mixed stuff about that. Make sure you guys vote on the poll that we just put up there. I'm going to be checking it out in just a second here. Wicked says, waiting GTA 6. You're going to be waiting a while on that one, sir. You're going to be waiting a while. You're going to be waiting a while. You know what I mean? You're going to be waiting a while. He said, was the Pro confirmed? Well, you tell me. You tell me. Was it confirmed? Microsoft always trying to beat Sony to the punch and fail at the end. Well, whatever Microsoft is doing right now, it's working. So Microsoft came out swinging with a phenomenal showcase. It's working. You cannot be ungrateful, man. You cannot be ungrateful. I'm not being ungrateful right now. Microsoft has came out and made gaming exciting again for all of us. Literally made it, brought back nostalgia and everything with it. I'm excited as a gamer because I'm like, wow, the amount of lineup of games that they have beyond 2024 is not even funny. It's not even funny. Now, you can sit there and talk about quality and this and that. Okay, I hear that, but look at the games. Look how good they look. You see what I'm saying? Look how good they look. I don't know, man. I don't know. But to each their own, bro. To each their own, bro. To each their own. You can say Microsoft is trash. That's your business. You know what I mean? That's your business. Maybe you're just a Sony fanboy, and that's fine too. You know what I mean? Everybody can be the same way, and that's completely fine, bro. You like what you like. You play what you play. You know what I mean? One thing I've learned in life and learned in doing social media and learned in doing YouTube and being an influencer for literally majority of my life is you can't just be tunnel vision. You can't just be just narrow-minded. Like you have to widen your horizon. You literally have to widen your horizon. There's so much stuff out there to do, especially when it comes to gaming. You're missing out. So if you're just laser focused on just Sony, well, whenever there's nothing going on with Sony, well, there you go. You stuck like Chuck with that console, not being able to play nothing or do anything new. You're just there. Oh, don't know what to play. There's nothing to play. But Microsoft right now literally saved gaming. They literally did, because that Xbox showcase, I don't care what none of y'all say. I have my own opinion. Y'all got yours. And for me, they literally saved gaming. They literally did. With that Xbox showcase, with all that nostalgia that I felt, man, Sony better come with that showcase. Sony better come with that showcase, bro. And I better walk away from that PS5 showcase feeling way better than how I felt with Microsoft. It ain't even just me that feels this way, bro. Majority of these PlayStation influencers, as much as they want to sit here and act like Sony is perfect, I even seen some people even speaking up about Sony that I thought, oh, wait a minute. Are they really saying this about Sony? Really? No, you got to put your doggone foot down. Some people just sit here and they want to defend every single thing about Sony. And it's like, bro, really? Like, what does that do for you? You know, when there's areas where every company needs to be better at. Just like a person. Nobody is perfect. There are areas where you need to be perfect at. Or you need to be better. Not perfect, I should say, but be better at. There's always room for improvement. Right? Some of you guys agree. Some of y'all going to disagree. And that's just the way it is. But I've learned my lesson. And I've learned a hard freaking lesson in life. Doing this whole YouTube thing, doing this whole journalism thing, I learned a hard lesson that at the end of the day, in order for you to be yourself and to be better at being yourself, you got to dig deep. And the things that make you happy, you got to find that, man. You got to dig deep and you got to find that. You got to, the root of whatever it is that makes you a great person or makes you happy, you got to dig deep and find that. And that's the same thing with these companies. You got to dig deep and come up of what really makes you happy. Right? And for me, what makes me happy is being a gamer. What makes me happy is being able to talk about all these games and whatever platform it is. Right? Whether it's Nintendo, whether it's Sony, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's PC. If Nintendo drops a game that I care about, I'll react to it. I'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? If Microsoft drops something, I'm reacting. We talking about it. Day one, we on it. You see what I'm saying? I just don't want to just be laser focused on just one thing and one thing only because it's just not good. You see what I'm saying? When you're just limiting yourself just to one company, that's so limited. Because what if that company just don't have anything going on? Your channel's literally dead. You see what I'm saying? Your channel's literally dead. Or people are saying, "Oh man, I'm just tired of all this Sony stuff. You know, there's really nothing to talk about." Right? Then what you do? And even as a gamer, you beat every game platinum, every single game on your PS5, right? There's nothing else. There's some people out there that's saying, there's nothing else for me to play. You have some people that are just, I don't even know where they find the time from, but some people, they finish every single game that they play. And now they're just sitting here like, come on, Sony. I'm waiting, Sony. I'm literally waiting, Sony. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. Don't know what to tell you guys. But hey, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, you can't leave out Nintendo. You can't. Devastator, thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. It says saving and making fun gaming. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So you're saying saving and making gaming fun again. I don't know about that. Okay. I respect that. Lord Rabbit, it does run okay for the most part. There are instances where it just drop frames. There are instances where it just drop frames. But for the most part, it does run good. Like when there's a lot of enemies on screen or you get into certain crowded NPC areas, it does drop a bit, but nothing too groundbreaking. For the most part, it's above 50 frames. Little L says, why your PSN marked private? My PSN is marked private because I do review games that they ask me not to reveal trophies or not to reveal the game that I'm playing the game. So there's that. Nostalgia Cell. I'm tired of talking about it, bro. I've talked about it till I can't talk about it no more. I am so sick and tired of talking about nostalgia, and people look at me crazy. Oh, you just this and oh, you just that. I can't just be the only one that care about nostalgia. I'm tired of talking about nostalgia. I'm at the point now where I don't even care anymore about nostalgia because it's a waste of time. Because the majority of people that needs to speak up and talk about nostalgia, they don't. And then they sit there and complain when Sony doesn't offer them the nostalgia that they are looking for. Don't complain. Do something about it. You know what I mean? Go out there and do something about it. Right? But nah, I can't be the only one, bro. I literally can't be the only one. It's sad, but that's the truth. It's sad, but it's the truth. Sad, Marlon, I give credit where it's due. Microsoft did that at the showcase. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Give them they flowers, bro. Give them they flowers, bro. They came out. Because 2024 was not looking too good. And in terms, not even just games releasing in 2024, but in terms of hype. I mean, 2024 was just not looking good at all. And Microsoft literally came out and saved 2024 and saved gaming. Because the amount of stuff, you can't sit here and tell me in this stream today that Microsoft did not come through. They did. So you can say whatever you want. You know what I mean? You can say whatever you want. And that's fine. So it is what it is. PC Showcase, that's why I don't watch them. It says, wow, so you big time. Sony give you games. It says, how about you hook a brother up with a code? Big shot. Man. You know, man, listen, bro. Listen. I'm all for helping people, bro. If I was in a better position right now, I'm all about helping and giving away as much as I can when I have it, when I can. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you a very good story about the struggles that I've went through doing this whole YouTube thing, getting Sony's attention, getting all these companies' attention is one of the hardest thing that any content creator can do or anybody can do. Is one of the hardest thing. It's one of the hardest things because you can sit here and make content until the sky turns a different color. And these companies don't care. You see what I'm saying? You can speak good about. Let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all don't know, but let me give y'all a little bit of inside information. Okay, you can sit and that has shown me. You can be a yes boy all you want for Sony, for Nintendo, and Microsoft, and that puts you nowhere. It puts you nowhere. You can be as positive, you can be as uplifting as you want. You know how many channels are out there right now that for some reason they can't get a game, they can't get anything from these companies, sponsorships, nothing. And they're some of the most positive. Even if it's bad news, they saying it's good. And it's like, bro, that's fake. Like you're lacking integrity. Like on a whole different avenue, on a whole different scale. And it's like, bro, really? Really? You know, this is bad right now, but you're saying it's good. And it's just like, make that make sense. Right? But at the end of the day, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Ain't nobody give me anything, bro. Like when it comes to stuff like that, I had to work literally, man. I've been doing this channel for over 10 years. Over 10 years. I didn't start even having a relationship with Sony until last year. Early last year. In terms of getting games. Now, in terms of having a relationship with them, like, you know, them knowing who I am from like 2015, 2016. Right? I would say mid to early 2015. Sony's been knowing about me. But in terms of me getting games from them, not until recently. Right? And I work for that. That is something that I've earned. I've earned that. So, man, listen to me, man. You got to realize this, bro. The best things in life is the things that you work for. Right? Now, if somebody wants to give you something or hand you down something, well, that's fine. But generally speaking, me and how I was raised, gotta grind. That's the only way to get it. Ain't nobody giving you nothing. You gotta fight for it. You gotta fight. Now, if I have it abundantly, like if I have games that I can give away, I'll give them away. You see what I'm saying? I love doing giveaways. I love giving back. But man, big shot. I literally wish. Far from it. Because I'm as humble as they come. And, you know, Sony knows that I'm me at the end of the day. Like, I'm 100% me. I'm not going to sit here and fluff up anything. I'm telling you guys my 110% opinion about how I feel about said game. Doesn't matter who sends me a game. This is how I feel. The game was just not that good. You know, here are areas where I think the game could be better at. Cut and dry. So if I can't be real, I don't want it. Period. Facts. Wheezy says, what's up, bro? He says, I've been on my Xbox 360, bro, playing all the old school Marvel games and Transformers games, playing the Gears of War game. Yeah, they saw a huge influx of players. I think over 600,000. Maybe I'm mixing up the franchises, but I think over 600,000 players. Or I don't. Maybe it's another game I'm thinking of with the 600,000. But either way, they saw a huge surge in player counts for Gears of War because of that showcase. And because, you see, y'all don't listen to me when I talk to y'all. This is why I've been saying for the longest time, all it takes is to have an excellent showcase. And you show off games that people really care about, or you reboot and franchise that people really, really care about. Okay, prime example. I'm telling you this right now. If Sony comes out with a PS5 showcase in September, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. They come out with a PS5 showcase and they show this is not going to happen. But listen to what I'm saying. Bro, I'm a veteran at this game. They show MotorStorm, Killzone, Resistance, all in one stream, Infamous, all in one stream. It's over. It's over. Literally over. On top of everything else that they have, Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, PlayStation All-Stars 2. What? It's over at that point. It's literally over with those games. On top of your Ghost of Tsushima 2s, your Venom game, your Death Stranding 2, your what else am I even thinking about? Your next God of War, you know, all those franchises that are still sticking with us to this day. What? Man, you're joking, bro. You're joking. You're joking. You're joking, bro. You're joking. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it takes. One good showcase from Sony and it's over. You already know that. It's almost as if like, what do you call it again? What am I looking for at this point? I'm looking for something that I can think of. Like, all it takes is just one good showcase. That's it. One good showcase. That's it. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. A last boss. That's like a last boss for a video game. Yeah. Sony is the boss to beat after that one. For sure. Sony is the boss to beat after that one. You kidding me? Come on, man. You get real. They can do it. Sony can do better. But will they do better? I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. We'll see. He says showcases are just hype with no release dates. Well, that's partially true because there's a lot of games that, you know, that we do get release dates on, but maybe games that you don't want to play. You know what I mean? Maybe it's games that you don't want to play or you don't care for or whatever. And then the majority of newer IPs or games that are still in the oven, yeah, those are not going to have release dates. So, I mean, there's that. It says Xbox shock us, Nintendo. It said Xbox shock us, Nintendo shocked us, it exploded. It says when you could see one domination of games. It said, do you think that Sony saw Metroid Prime 4? Of course they, man, you already know Sony. Sony is watching, bro. They're watching. It says make a new Def Jam game. Nah, B. And that ain't happening. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Let me check the poll right quick. And ain't fixing to happen. New Def Jam game. Yeah, okay. It says, what do you need Sony to do better? You guys said do better with PS5 showcases. 31% of you guys said that. And then 25% said show more new IPs. 22% of you guys said listen to you more, and 22% talk more. So y'all don't want Sony to talk more. Y'all want Sony to do better with PS5 showcases. Okay. See what I'm saying? Please, if you haven't voted on the poll, please vote. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. Get the likes up. See what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff Sony needs to look on. I know my channel is just a drop in the bucket compared to these other bigger channels, but you need to pay attention to these surveys, man. Survey says 31%. So people would rather Sony do better with their showcases than talk more to them. Ay. Insane. Marvel Nemesis remake, that would be nice, but probably we ain't gonna get that, bro. We are not gonna get that at all. I said, did you see that there is going to be at textures for the RTX 50 series? It says it will make textures look like a lot better. We'll see. That will be dope. I mean, I think we'll be pushing what no, not RDNA. That's AMD. I'm tripping. DLSS 4. It says, I got $600 for PS Pro ready. I know some of y'all going to buy the PS5 Pro. I know. I already know you're going to buy the PS5 Pro. Let me do another poll. Let me do another poll right quick. Already know. I can almost guarantee you right now. That's okay. Are you buying the PS5? Watch this poll. Watch how this poll is going to go crazy now. Watch how this poll is going to go crazy. Are you buying the PS5 Pro? Yes or no? Yes or no? He says, you going to play the new Doom? Oh, new Doom is not until next year. Dub City, what's popping? Make sure you guys hit the like button for me. Share the stream out. Appreciate you guys. Dub City, what's popping, bro? He says, I'll buy a Pro if I feel I need one. Okay. If I feel I need one. Okay. Please be honest with your votes. Vote now. Vote now. At the top. Vote now. Vote now. He says, I need Metal Gear and Silent Hill 2 dropping this year. No waste of money. I hear you. Waste of money. Okay. He says a rumored, not confirmed waste of money and resource PS5 Pro. Hey. Yeah, well, we'll see how much of a waste of time it's going to be. Because I guarantee you right now, I can almost guarantee you right now, those of you who are saying it's a waste of money, once Sony comes out and confirm it and show off the games that are running on it, a lot of you dudes are going to be, oh, Sony! Oh, what? The rebirth of oh my God, SOCOM. The rebirth of SOCOM running on PS5 Pro at 120 FPS. Sony! Oh my God, Sony! Yeah. Uh-huh. We'll see how much of a waste of money it is. And Sony comes out and be like, yo, here is SOCOM running on PS5 Pro. Here's SOCOM Remake. We've been saving this for y'all, man. We've been saving this for y'all. You know, we want to surprise y'all boys, man. You know, I've heard so many people, you know, from different podcasts, you know, different websites, you know, just saying that they want us to bring back nostalgia. Okay, we got the PS5 Pro. PS5 Pro will be $600. And we're launching it with a bunch of remakes built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5 Pro, including MotorStorm, including SOCOM, Resistance, and Killzone. All right. All those games will be launching holiday this year. More on that real soon. A lot of you dudes will lose your freaking minds. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. And on top of that, too, we're going to be releasing Twisted Metal for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Oh, my God. Oh, Sony. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Sony. Oh, Sony is back. Let's go. Sony! Yeah. Woo! That's gonna be some of y'all boys, man. You know, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much of a waste of money it's gonna be. We'll see. Because that's going to be some of y'all boys, man. Y'all boys, oh, Sony. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be some of y'all. Cringe, that's the truth. What are you talking about, cringe? That's exactly how people operate. The minute Sony comes out with a flawless showcase and show the games that people want to see, they'll drop and forget about everything. And we're talking about cringe. That's exactly how some of you dudes act. That's exactly how y'all act. You act exactly like that. Don't sit here and tell me that y'all don't act like that when these showcases be going on. Don't sit here and tell me you don't act like that. 100%. Talk about cringe. Please, whatever. Y'all can be fake all you want. That's exactly. Sony comes out with a showcase like that, which is probably never gonna happen. Oh, here's Bloodborne Remake on PS5. Some of you dudes will lose your minds. Your natural minds will be gone, literally gone. They come out and say, "Hey, we got Bloodborne. We got Bloodborne for PlayStation 5 Pro. Here you go." You would lose your minds. Talk about cringe, boy. Stop the cap. I said crazy old school says that's true, Marlon. I know it's true, bro. I know that's how people operate, bro. Every single time. Said Marlon, I bought a new C4. Says, oh, you bought the C4 LG TV? Oh, waiting on that PS5 Pro. It says I got my bread saved. It says waiting for it to be announced so I can run and pre-order it like I did with the PS5 when you called GameStop. Okay, that's what's up, man. It says I was all oh my god with Marvel vs. Capcom. Exactly. I've been doing this way too long not to know people. I know you guys, man. I know you guys, bro. Y'all can't fool me. So you can say it's cringe all you want. All I'm doing is showing you guys how y'all behave. Whenever these showcases drop and there are games that really piques your interest, you're going to jump out of your chair. I don't give a doggone if you're 80, 90 years old. You're going to jump out of your chair. Oh, you used to walk with a cane. Now you about to throw that cane away now because now they show off a game that you've been waiting for years for. I don't care. Y'all can say it's cringe. Y'all can say it's forced. Y'all do the same thing. So, it says if the PS5 itself doesn't have any game to play, why you think the PS5 Pro is going to make any difference? He says buying a PS5 Pro to not have any games to play. Well, if they are coming out, he said Bloodborne is not my cup of tea. All right, let me say this. Let me say this. Hold on. Why is Bloodborne not your cup of tea? No. Let's get into it. Let's get into it though. Why is Bloodborne not your cup of tea? Why is Blood? No, because these are the conversations that we need to have with each other. These are the conversations we need to have with each other. Why is Bloodborne not your cup of tea? Why is Bloodborne not your cup of tea? And granted, you know, everybody like what they like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Elden Ring. Elden Ring is not for everybody. Elden Ring is not for everybody, bro. Like, you like what you like, play what you play. OVO Marlon says, have you seen there's been more talks and rumors of God of War remakes coming next year? I haven't seen any more rumors or anything like that on that particular game or on that particular remake, but I have heard of it. And that will be dope. Because ain't they doing something with God of War? They have some kind of movie adaptation or something like that going on with God of War, which is great because that's nostalgia, phenomenal nostalgia. And it can actually breathe a lot of new life into everything that people are, you know, asking for and everything. So it's just kind of like, eh. He said PS5 Pro equals PSVR 2. I hope that rumor is not true, guys. In case if you guys haven't already heard, the rumor is that, or the report is, which I guess was claimed by Insider Gaming, that Sony only has 2 games, only 2 first-party games right now for PSVR 2, and that they're cutting development right now on PSVR 2 games. What a freaking shame, right? Considering that this device has just been on the market for 1 year, just 1 year. And Sony is already scaling back. Wow. I hope it ain't true, bro. I hope it ain't true because that would suck for people to sit there and spend $600 on this device and then, well, now you're screwed. Like now you can't even play it now. You know what I'm saying? Because now it ain't gonna be much of a value to you anymore. It's just gonna be sitting there gathering freaking dust. I don't know, man. It sucks. Yo, Dat Hip, what's up, fam? He says some people don't like Souls games. He said that's why I love it. Yeah, I know. I understand. I you know what? And I know, and I know the reason why. I know the reason why people don't like Souls games because it's hard. That's why. As simple as that. It's just too hard. You say, yeah, that's a movie in the works with Amazon Prime. Okay, cool. And they're doing some kind of Horizon or something like that. I don't remember if they're doing that. I think they're doing some kind of Horizon TV show or movie or something with Amazon. I don't know if it's with Amazon or if it's with somebody else. I don't know. John Wick, you blocked me? Nope, I did not block you, sir. I did not block you. It says kind of makes sense though. It says they shut down Sony London, who specialize in VR plus financial. Yeah. Financial shows. It getting crushed by the Quest. Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks, bro. And I've said this numerous times before, and I'll say it again, bro. Is that, you know, wasting money on R&D. Basically research and development on things that people generally don't necessarily care for, like people generally are not asking for, but you still do it anyway. That makes no sense to me. That literally makes no sense to me at all. But hey, I think this might be their last time doing VR. I'm just going to be honest. Brandon Johnson, what's up, my G? Welcome to the stream. Madman says $600. That's the price of business. He says you have to take the crook with the man. Hey, with the straights. Hey, man. You know what though, bro? I'ma say this, bro. Like that's the game we play, man. That's same thing with Apple. Like you spend all this money buying these expensive iPhone, you know, whatever the case, Apple Vision, all this, you pay to play. You pay to play. That's just the way it is, man. You want to play with the big dogs. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you, man. You said the Venom movie is gonna be mid. It looks good from what I've seen so far. It looks good. He said the VR2 have not come out. He said it's pointless in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, bro. It's a sticky situation, dog. It's a sticky situation right now. Sony got some work to do. That's all I gotta say. If they still wanna give PSVR 2 one last push, bro, they got a lot of work to do because there's just the games that they're showing off, bro. They just don't get me reeled in, bro. You know what I mean? They just don't get me reeled in. So I don't know. I don't even know what else to say, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, bro. Make sure you guys hit the like button for me, guys. Get the likes up for me. Come in with any questions, any concerns. Let me ask you this right now. For 2024, what does Sony need to do? I need to see everybody in this stream right now. What does Sony need to do in order for it to feel like 30 years of PlayStation, or in order for you to be happy? What do you need Sony to do right now? That's what I want to know from you guys. Yeah, $3,400. Yeah, Apple Vision is not cheap, bro. It's not cheap. $3,400. Yeah, exactly. You got to be rich, bro. You got to have that paper. You got to have that paper, bro. That's for the upper echelon of people, bro, that can just, spend, $3,000 and they're Gucci. You know what I mean? So they still got thousands more, millions more in the bank. Some people got it like that, bro. And I'm happy for those people. He said the best VR when Apple and Sony lost big to Meta Quest 2. It says, remember the devs already said that we don't need a Pro, so we don't. Well, that is true. That is true. But also, man, these developers got to stop acting like the PS5 Pro and the Series X is not enough, right? Because they're saying, these games are running at 30 frames and these games are looking and playing the way are they playing. And it's like, bro, are you guys even pushing the freaking hardware? Are you guys even pushing the hardware now? Are you guys doing that? Man, whatever, bro. Oh, yeah, we don't need a Pro. But then on the back end, y'all complain and say, oh, yeah, we're only limited by 30 frames because of the hardware and this and that. You hear those things from time to time. I don't want to hear that nonsense. If Sony is going to do a Pro, let them do the Pro. As long as it makes sense. If they can show us evidence of the Pro doing better than the base PS5 or the Series X for that matter, we'll see. He said they still haven't pushed the Series X yet. Exactly, Jamal. Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. The Series X has so much more potential locked in there. So much more potential locked in there. And unfortunately, I think a lot of these developers, man, they're either running out of ideas or they're just lazy. You know what I mean? They're just lazy and just the love is just not there anymore. And I think that's what it is, bro. It's just not there anymore. It says, I have a question for you. It says, I wanted you to input on wondering why is that up their site, CD Keys, GTA 6 launcher pre-orders? Fake. Do not waste your time in that, my brother. Do not waste your time. Click off and go away. Click off and go away from that. That's fake. That's fake, bro. Ain't no pre-orders for no GTA 6, man. No, sir. That I would stay away from that. Stay away from that. That's fraudulent right there. You wasting your time. So basically the devs aren't pushing the base PS5. Yeah, then to the max. Bro, how many developers? Let me ask y'all this. How many developers have been pushing? How many developers have been? Man, this mic is amazing. I'm clapping my hands right now, and I can literally hear the bass of it. That is insane. How many developers have pushed the PS5 this generation? How many? Hold on. Everybody is in the chat right now. I need everybody to say something. Y'all, some of y'all are the smartest. Some of y'all, some of the smartest people in the world. And some of y'all are the most educated people in the world. I need y'all to tell me. Some of y'all have great remembrance. I need y'all to tell me how many developers have pushed the PS5 to what it can do. Besides first party. Do not say first party. Third party. Third party. First party is not involved in this, okay? No first party. Just third party. See? See what some of y'all saying? No, sir. None. Man, baby steps. Baby steps, really, bro? Can't remember any. See? Can't remember. That actually pushed the PS5, guys. I need everybody to chime in on this. That actually push the PlayStation 5 hardware. You can't say first party. First party is out of it. Third party. Because they're the ones that are saying we don't need a pro. They're the ones that are saying we don't need a pro, but yet still y'all not pushing the hardware. Make that make sense. No, let's have a conversation. You want to be real? You want to be real? Let's be real. A lot of these third-party developers, the ones that are saying, "Oh yeah, the PS5 this and the PS5 that," but you're not pushing the base PS5. You're not pushing it. Instead, we're getting a bunch of unbaked 30 FPS games that are just not optimized very well. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. Man, that stuff is crazy to me, bro. That makes 0 sense. 0 sense. He said, Marlon, better question what first party pushing the console. I would definitely say on the first party side, there are more than a few games that Sony has released first party wise that is pushing PS5 for sure. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, that's pushing PS5. That is pushing the PlayStation 5. I'm not asking you. You look at that game, you already, bro, what? Listen, bro. Next game, I also think Returnal. Pushed the PS5 as well. Returnal, what it was that Ratchet and Clank, Horizon Forbidden West / Burning Shores. What? Oh my God. Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores looks literally incredible. I mean, he said Returnal is too difficult. Yeah, I finished Returnal. Bro, Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores, that game really shows you what the PlayStation 5 can do. That is truly next generation. Literally, you can spam 100 on that one. Literally, you go back to that game right now, man, one of the best looking games of this generation, hands down. Horizon Forbidden West, Returnal, Spider-Man 2. Bro, Spider-Man 2 was pushing the PS5. My opinion. Spider-Man 2 was pushing the PS5. Bro, Spider-Man 2 looked incredible to me. I mean, Spider-Man 2 was pushing the PS5. But hey, you could say, you could say whatever you want on that one. But hey, man, Spider-Man 2 was pushing the PS5. Look at Sandman. Do you know how hard, as somebody that almost got into college, well, I was already in college, but as somebody that almost got into game development, full ride and everything, right? And learned the basics of game development. Do you know, and I was doing like 3D Max and all this stuff, right? And Cinema 4D and all this stuff, right? Bro, let me tell you this right away. This cannot wait. Sandman, for a lot of you dudes that was sitting there, bashing freaking Spider-Man 2, but that your opinion is your opinion. Listen, that first boss fight, Sandman, oh man, rendering that's a lot of freaking work. Do you know how much power it takes to run that whole entire simulation of a boss? Man, you're crazy. Venom himself, rendering Venom, animating Venom, getting Venom to move the way how he moved in Spider-Man 2, like a freaking tank, like a freaking 18-wheeler. Man. Listen, bro, a Spider-Man 2, I don't care what none of y'all, Spider-Man 2 definitely pushed the PS5. It definitely did. Am I saying that it pushed it to the max? No, definitely not. I think Spider-Man 3, if we get Spider-Man 3 on PS5, I think if they make Spider-Man 3 in time for PS5, I think Spider-Man 3 might be PS6. But I think, Wolverine, if we don't get Spider-Man 3, Wolverine is going to be the game that's going to show you max potential of what the base PS5, because if the PS5 Pro is in existence, then that's a whole different ball game. But I'm telling you guys right now, it's going to rock you. I'm telling you guys, when you see Wolverine polished up, ready, Wolverine is going to be that game. That it's no different from running Crisis. Remember Crisis back in the day and running Crisis now? Two different, completely different things, right? But I'm telling you guys, man, Wolverine is going to be that game. When that game is polished and ready to go, oh my Jesus. Whoa. Man, look at Death Stranding 2. Y'all can sit here and say, oh, Death Stranding 2 is boring. Look at Death Stranding 2. Do you see that was in-engine? That was gameplay? Parts of that last trailer that we saw for Death Stranding. Y'all think Death Stranding 2 is pushing the PS5 to its limits. You saw when Sam was walking on that hill and you saw the mountains crumbling right before him and he's doing this like he's standing on the hill. I don't know if y'all saw that scene. Dog, do you know how much it takes to render that in the background in real time? Okay, don't believe me. Ask any developer. That takes a lot. That's taxing on the system CPU and GPU and RAM. Literally taxing, very taxing to run. No different from you trying to run a game on ultra settings on your PC and your PC just can't do it. It's choking. It just can't do it. It's skipping frames. It's doing all this and there's no different. Like, bro, I am telling you guys, it's like science. It's like magic how these developers at Sony, it's like wizardry how these developers at Sony somehow get these games to run on PS5. And PS5 ain't no cutting edge technology. PS5 has been talked about, been in development since before 2015. Since before 2015, they've been working on PS5. You see what I'm saying? So it's not no breaking technology like what we have now in the PC landscape, in the PC master race. So I'm telling you guys, man, like the games that we have played on PlayStation 5 to date is literally insane. I mean, Ratchet and Clank, y'all joking. You're joking. You're joking. Ratchet and Clank being able to go in and out of time in real time, go into a whole nother environment in real time. Everything changes in not even a split second, in real time. What? Y'all joking around, man. Look. You said PS5 is equivalent to a 20. That's what I'm saying. It's not cutting edge. It's not up-to-date hardware. It's old. That's what I'm saying. The fact that these developers are able to crank out the games that we are playing on something that's equivalent to a 2080 or 2070. I heard it was equivalent between a 2070 Super or a 2080. Right? Regardless, 2080, bro. We're in 40. We're about to be in 50 series now. So PS5 is old, like 3 generations old when it comes to graphics card technology. But what you're not hearing what I'm saying. The fact that they're able to crank out the games, that they're able to crank out with ray tracing, y'all don't even give Insomniac their full credit, bro. All y'all are so soaked up on is, oh yeah, sweet baby and woke this. Put all those agendas aside. Look at the game for what it is. As a developer, look at the game. Just put your mind, just have your mind as a developer and just think about how hard it is for you to do ray tracing. How hard is it for you to do that? Right? Let alone on consoles that's already limited. Bro, they had ray tracing in every single mode in Spider-Man 2. How legendary that is. You can see the ray tracing reflections on every single graphic mode. I'm not asking you. You've seen it. You've seen the preview. How are they able to do that? Listen, man, come on, man. And we have graphics cards that cost more than the PS5, right? And then for some reason, they can't run these modern day games. They can't run these modern day games on ultra settings, or they can't even have ray tracing at 60 frames. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying right now? You can go out there right now and buy a $700 graphics card, $800 graphics card. As soon as you go home with that 4070 Super, 4070 Super, $800 card that I think is not even really worth it, and you start turning up everything on max and turn on ray tracing, card is choking at $800. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about, bro. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And the fact that they're able to crank out the games that they're able to crank out, man, and at the sharpness, yes, there's not a lot of 4K 60 stuff. But on the first party side, that's a whole different ball game. You see what I'm saying? Bro, look at God of War Ragnarok. I mean, for some people, they will go on to say, well, God of War Ragnarok was semi-open world. Hold on. Pump your horses. Look at God of War Ragnarok. If it wasn't for the PlayStation 4, can you imagine playing God of War Ragnarok on the PS5 by itself? Yeah, you wouldn't want any of that. And being that it's a cross, let me say this to you guys. Y'all think this is a joke. This is where I give Sony their credit. This is where I say Sony, they're kings. I'll get to y'all super chats in just a second. This is where I say Sony is king when it comes to this. Bro, if you look at Sony's cross-generation games, man, yes, they could look better than how they look on the actual PS5, bro. But my God, they look so good. They look, it's almost wizardry. It's like, how do you look at Last of Us Part 2. Look how good that looks, bro. And even they just remastered that game. And it you can't even tell the difference. It's the same game. It's the same looking game. It looks so good. So freaking good. Look at God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok looks amazing. It looks amazing. It could look way better if it was on PS5, but man, Sony have somehow mastered. They have mastered the cross-generation stuff. I mean, it looks good. It does. It does. There's certain things where you can see like certain environmental stuff or character stuff or whatever kind of look a little fuzzy or blurry or whatever you want to say, or kind of limiting, you know, in terms of NPCs or whatever the case may be between PS4 and PS5. But besides that, bro, it's like, wow. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And check this out too. When it comes to PlayStation 6, dog, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to get a lot of you think we're going to get rid of PS5? Oh, PS5 will continue to be here for the foreseeable future. Y'all sick of PS4? Y'all going to get sick of PS5. The next 5, 6 years, 7 years from now, PS5 is still going to be relevant. 8 years from now, PS5 is still going to be relevant. Because while the PS6 is going to be around, guess what? There's going to be a bunch of PS5 games. Cross-generation games. I hope by the time PlayStation 6 comes around, cross-gen won't be a thing. And it could just be just one console for every single PlayStation game. We'll see. We'll see. It says on paper, the Pro is not going to be a significant leap. No, it's not. In the GPU department, that's where a lot of the horsepower is. In the GPU department, the PSSR, you know, the PSSR, the increase of teraflop, the RAM is going to be the same, but faster. It's still going to have 16 gigs of RAM. At least the last time I talked about PS5 Pro. I mean, I haven't talked about PS5 Pro in a while because I have no information. I already told you guys about the GameStop manager conversation. I already gave you guys that information. And all the rumors and stuff has dried up. So there's no need to talk about it, or there's nothing else to talk about. But what I'm saying is this, is the brunt of the power and capabilities is in the GPU. The CPU is the same. The CPU of the PS5 Pro is the same as the base PS5, just at a faster frequency, at a faster clock speeds. That is it. Right? But the RAM is the same. It's still using 16 gigs of RAM, just like it's the base PS5. It's just faster RAM. But let me tell you this about faster RAM. Faster RAM does help with gaming performance. That's something that I've learned building PCs for years, going to school for IT and stuff like that. I've learned that. Like, if you have a higher clock speed on your RAM, it does help a tad bit. When it comes to, I'm not saying that you're going to get no crazy amount of performance boost, but it does help a tad bit. It does help to have faster RAM, because the faster your RAM is, the better it is for you, for whatever you're doing, multitasking, whatever you're doing. And so that gives me a little bit of hope for PS5 Pro games, right? They're going to run better than the base PS5. So on top of, you know, faster RAM, on top of the GPU being more powerful, I think it's what, RDNA 3 now or something like that, because the base PS5 was RDNA 2. So it's going to have more teraflops. It's going to have, it's going to be based off RDNA 3 from what we were hearing, right? And faster RAM. So, and then on top of that, you have the PSSR, which is similar to DLSS, that upscaling AI technology. Sony is going to, you know, have that for their first party games, and then also third party developers is going to be using that as well. So he said it's 10% more performance, so you get 10% more frame steady. But you know what though? Who would complain about that? Who would complain? No. Let me say this. You saying 10%? I know, you know, nothing towards you or anything like that. But I'm just saying, some people make it seem like most of these GPUs and CPUs that these companies come out with, bro, typically it's either between 10 to 30% difference. That's it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just the way it is. These companies got to make money. I mean, honestly, I think, yes, the value ratio from $500 to $600 for 10% more performance, you got to ask yourself this question, right? When it comes to PS5 Pro. Would you, now these are the questions as a consumer you should have. Would you want to buy a console that is going to be the most powerful console on the market to play GTA 6? The next question you need to have in your head, is it worth the extra performance, whether it's 10, whether it's 15 or 20, whenever Mark Cerny comes out? You got to ask yourself, is that extra $100 worth it? Only you know that. I don't know that for you. I can only speak for myself. Some people might look at it and be like, Marlon, 10% for $100 more performance is not worth it. I hear you. But for some people, to me, 10%, oh, that's a jump. That's a jump, because 10% could mean not just mean 10 more frames. It could mean 10% better in terms of the games that we're playing. 10% better scale. Hello. The scales of the games can be, it could be so much better. 10% bigger. You see what I'm saying? Probably look 10% better in terms of graphics, in terms of overall production value. Now these developers have 10% more headroom. Hello. You have to look at it. You have to look at it from that perspective as well, too. Not just 10% in terms of FPS, but also 10% in terms of overall development. Because now they have 10% more headroom. That's how I look at it when it comes to computers, bro. If I had a computer from 10 years ago and I was limited by the CPU and the GPU, and then I upgrade to something that is 10% better, I'm happy. I'm happy. Because, hey, that's 10% that I didn't have before. Now I have. So now I'm able to play my games a little bit better than how I did. Now, regardless of how much more money you're going to spend, hey, man, he said, doesn't make it 10% more fun. I hear that, Nikkei. I hear that. I hear that, Nikki. I hear that. But hear what I'm saying, though. It comes down to the price that you're paying for that 10%, right? It comes down to the price, because if Sony comes out and be like $700 for the PS5 Pro for 10% more performance, you're probably going to be like, no. Deuces, no. But for some people, 10% better performance, they probably go with it, right? For $100. They'll be like $100, 10% more performance. Count me in, bro. I'm in. But I understand. I understand where some of y'all coming from. And you have some people are just going to buy the Pro regardless. Let me go get to these super chats real quick. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank y'all for the support. To each their own, man. Some people, you're going to pay, guys. You're going to pay. If you want 30 to 40 to 50% more performance, you're going to pay for that. It ain't going to be cheap, doggone it. You're going to pay for that. Okay? Your pockets are going to cry. Because if you're sitting here and telling me, okay, Marlon, I want 40% or 50% better performance than what the base PS, you're going to pay for that. How much you think that's going to be? $1,000? Are you willing to pay $1,000 for a console for 50% more performance? No. Okay, then. So you get what you get. You get what you get. It's called consoles for a reason. You know what I mean? You get what you get. Man, he said, my pocket is safe. I feel you. Dog. I feel you 100%. But at the same time, though, most people who say that they're not going to buy the Pro is going to buy the Pro. I am telling you that right now. Some people are just like, no, Marlon, I'm not going to buy the Pro. Believe me when I tell you, they're going to buy the Pro. I need to fix this. Yeah, believe me, they're going to buy the Pro. They're going to buy the Pro. They're going to buy it. They're going to buy it. Oh, Marlon, I'm not going to buy the Pro. Yeah, okay. And then as soon as Mark Cerny comes out and talk about it, as soon as Sony shows some games running on, buying it. PS5 Pro is going to be sold out. Mark, thank you for the $20. Biggest donation of the show. Thank you for supporting us and helping us end the month off strong. He says, shut your mouth, Marlon, and get to the super chats. Yes. Hardware is only as good as the software. The PS5 hardware has reached its threshold. The PS5 isn't consistent, but it's very close. That 10% may not seem much, but the Pro will make things much easier for devs, even at 10%. Exactly, Mark. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say earlier is like, bro, when it comes to PC, when it comes to hardware, having anything above what you currently do have is a blessing. Bro, you know how many times we have in the PC master race, you know how many times these companies do refreshes like supers and all these different cards, and the performance is not even that big of a jump. It's like 10, maybe 5% difference. You guys know, a lot of you dudes who build PCs, go to school for IT, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When these companies do these mid-gen refresh cards, these super cards and stuff like that, bro, the jump is not crazy. The only thing is faster RAM. And maybe it have a higher bit bus. That's it. That is it. And faster bandwidth. That is it. You guys who do PC know what I'm talking about. These super cards or whatever AMD does, like these little refreshes, these different XT cards and all this, bro. Literally a 6800 card, a Radeon RX. Lord help me. A Radeon card. You guys know what I'm talking about. A 6800 versus a 77 XT or something is almost neck and neck. Literally almost neck and neck. It's like 2% difference between a 6800 card from AMD and the newly announced 7700 card. It's almost neck and neck, like 2%, maybe 3%, if that. It's not that huge of a difference. It's just new architecture. Just the same old song and dance, just with different music playing. Nothing different. Come on, guys. You know what I'm talking about. Come on. Christian MeWorld says, do you realize how frustrating it is to hear you gamers complain about how graphics looks despite the fact that we put our blood, sweat, and tears in optimizing and said graphics to please y'all? He says, trying not to curse too much. He says, YT penalized before. Jamal with the $2 says, all of them games could have ran on the PS4. Those are, but hold on. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying now. Hear what I'm saying. Hear me. This is the thing, right? Every single game that's at the beginning of the generation that was not labeled as PS5 only was made on PS4, was running on PS4, and then they ported it to PS5. And it looked amazing. PS4 aged so well. I love PS4. PS4 is one of my all-time, literally top 10 best consoles of all time. PS4 games aged like wine. PS4 aged like wine. And to this day, you go back to a lot of PS4 games, bro, and it's just like, wow. Right? One of the best looking PS4 game that I've ever played, Ghost of Tsushima. Literally one of the best looking. Last of Us 2, one of the best looking. What? You're crazy in your brains. Freaking Uncharted 4. What? Man, PS4 aged like wine. PS4 to this day, from 2013 to 2024. Over 10 years and still going strong. PS4 is still going strong. After over 10 years, that console, you look at some of the games that Sony put out on PS4. Wow, Ghosts and Last of Us 2 was the last two big hoorah games that really showed you what the PS4 could do. Wow, man, that old Jaguar CPU. Wow. Jamal says all of them cross-gen engines, and that's facts. Well, you see how it is, man. You see, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You see what you're seeing right now. So the evidence is there, man. It's very evident, bro, that these companies are going to continue to do what they do best. They're going to have a bunch of cross-generation stuff, and that's just the way it's going to be. That's why you think, okay, let me say this to you guys. Why you think a lot of people are still on PS4? Why you think a lot of people are still on PS4? Because PS4 is aging like wine. Sony's been releasing games. That's one thing I could say about Sony is that they support their consoles. They support them. For the majority of their consoles, they support them. At the Vita situation, that's a whole different conversation. But PS4, bro, and the PS4 Pro, I would never sell my PS4 Pro. PS4 Pro is amazing. Amazing console. Ahead of its time. PS4 Pro was so good. We actually needed the PS4 Pro back then. So don't sit there and say a Pro is a waste of money, because if they're showing you the evidence that it's superior to the base console, then it's not a waste of money. The PS4 Pro, that was not a waste of money, because the PS4, he said the PS4 Pro is trash bin. Why you say that? Why you say that? The PS4 Pro was better than the base PS5. I mean, the base PS4. The PS4 Pro was better. You remembered how the freaking base PS4 used to struggle? Even running freaking Last of Us Part 2, how it sounded like it's about to explode. Okay. But hey, you know what though? You know, he said the PS5 Pro is pointless. It's too loud, bro. You remember the base PS, there were more than a few games that the base PS4 was struggling to run, and the PS4 Pro literally hold the torch and allow us to play the games at a decent frame rate, or the lock 60 with the checkerboard rendering. You guys know what I'm talking about. That checkerboard rendering, it improved the image of the game, right? And allow you to have a much more sharper image. Okay. You guys don't remember. You guys throwing salt at the PS4 Pro. You throwing salt on the PS4 Pro. PS4 Pro it made a difference over the base PS4. It made a difference. Maybe it wasn't at the jump that you guys were expecting the base PS4. The PS4 Pro to have a jump at. But hey, it still did a great job. It's all these Pro consoles are just refreshers. All these consoles these Pro consoles are enhancers. That's it. It's just an extension of the primary console. That's all it is. And what it does, it basically allows you to have at least a more desirable frame rate to play these games at, or at least a much more sharper resolution to play the games at. That's it. It's just an enhancer. That's it. Ronald Robinson, so the PS5 Pro is gonna do what they promised the base PS5 would be doing. Nah, he says I'll pass. Ronald, let me say this. If Sony cannot come out and give us evidence of improvements over the base PS5, there's no point in showing off the Pro. You see what I'm saying? Sony is going to have to sell you the PS5 Pro on improvements. Now, whether that's going to be 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever the case may be, they are going to have to sell you on that. Now, how they're going to do that is only God knows. But they're going to have to sell you on that. Now, if some of y'all look at the presentation for the PS5 Pro, we're all, God's willing, we're all going to be watching this PS5 Pro presentation. God's willing. We're all going to be watching it. And some of you are going to walk away. Some of you are going to walk away from that PS5 showcase PS5 Pro showcase and say, I'm sold. And then the rest of you like, nope. That's just the way it is. And that's with any product. That's with any company, whether it's mid-generation refresh or new products. You see what I'm saying? Not every single person is going to jump on the bandwagon. I'm buying that. I'm grabbing that. No, because some people are going to look at it like, Same thing when GTA 6 comes out. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. When GTA 6 drops, some of you same dudes are going to look at it and be like, well, I'm not paying $100 extra for 30 more frames. Or I'm not paying $100 for 20 more frames. I'm just saying if it's confirmed that the base PS5 will run GTA 6 at 30 frames lock, a lot of you dudes up in here will be okay. You are going to be like, Marlon, I'm Gucci. I don't need a Pro. I'm telling you right now, because this entire generation has taught me a lesson that people love to play games at 30 frames. People come after me and be like, Marlon, speak for yourself. I'm okay with 30 frames. That's why these developers are going to continue to make games at 30 frames, because you guys are okay with that. So with that being said, you guys are going to be okay with playing GTA 6, a massive open world game at 30 frames locked. I'm just saying the base PS5 is probably going to do it at 30 FPS locked, and that's okay. Because 30 FPS is literally the standard for you guys. Like a lot of you dudes are okay with that. So again, the PS5 Pro doing it at 60 FPS is probably not gonna sell you on it if you're okay with 30. You see what I'm saying? So it just matters on what you want. Do you want 60 or do you want 30? Do you want 10% or 15 or 20% more performance, or you don't? Do you want new hardware? No? Yes? Maybe? Yes? And, different strokes for different folks. People like what they like, bro. Some people don't like the mid-generation refresh because they feel like, bro, there's not enough performance there, Marlon. There's not enough performance for me to go in my wallet and buy a PS5. And if that's you, I understand that 100% as a consumer, 100%. Because it's a way for Sony to make more money, right? And granted, they're a business. And some of you would probably say to me, well, Marlon, why not make the PS5 Pro out the gate? Why didn't Sony release the PS5 Pro instead of the base PS5? That's what they do. That's how these companies. Okay, why do you think car manufacturers make new models every year? You think they're just gonna be in business by just keeping the same model every year? No, they're gonna upgrade it. They're gonna trick you. They're gonna get you, whether it's on the entertainment side of things, new radio, touchscreen this, touchscreen that, bigger engine, better exhaust. Come on, y'all, it's the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? Whether that new engine is only going to give you 10 or 20% more performance, you're probably going to like it because the gadgets up in there is better. The radio is better. That old radio that you had in the last model ain't as good as the new one. The engine in this one is more reliable. Vice versa, right? Whatever the case may be. Oh, you like the body style. Maybe you might like the body style. You know what I mean? And then also too, these companies, car companies, they're going to design these cars with a flaw. So they break over time, right? So therefore, you're going to always going into the dealership to get it fixed. That's how they get you. You don't realize that? That's with anything that we buy. It don't last forever. It's going to break eventually, and then you're going to have to buy another one. These companies are in business to make money. They're not going to design products that's going to last forever. Or last you for it. You think Sony is just going to sit there and just give us a PS5 for the entire generation? No, they're going to come out with something to reel those customers in. They know everybody, not every single body. Once the PS5 Pro hype dies down, they know that it's not going to sell well after a certain amount of time. Right now, everybody wants to know more about this console and want to see it. But once all that hype dies down, that's it. Just like everything else. It's just going to be sitting there on the shelf like a can of vegetables until somebody decides, I feel like having vegetables today. Let's see here. Can of green beans or can of corn? Let's see here. Let's go with the corn. Nah, let's go with the green beans. Nah, let's go with the carrot. Yeah, let's go with the carrots. That's how some of you guys are. You see what I'm saying? Like when the green beans and the corn and the carrots were coming out, you're like, I don't care for vegetables. I don't see the benefits of having vegetables. But as soon as it's been on the shelf for a while, and maybe the vegetables might get a little bit cheaper, or maybe there's some kind of health reasons for you to eat those vegetables. Yeah, come on. I'll do some carrots today. I'll do some green beans. Nah, I'll do some corn today. Just saying. Jamal, thank you so much for keeping the show alive. Says casuals move consoles and Game Pass is for casuals. Facts. My man Jamal, again, keeping the stream alive. Raby, what's up? He says, I don't think it's nothing PS can do moving forward. You don't think there's nothing PS can do moving forward? I don't know, man. Listen, man. Jamal, see, let me say this real quick. Listen, Sony is going to be Sony at the end of the day. Microsoft is going to be Microsoft at the end of the day. Look at Nintendo. Look how long it took Nintendo to come out with the Switch 2. Remember all the rumors and speculations. Oh, Switch Pro. Bro, I was covering all that stuff years ago. Lies. Oh, it's going to have DLSS 2 and it's going to have this. It's going to do 4K. And bro, Nintendo is making us wait. What? What now? What? 7 years? Yeah, 7.5, almost fixing to be 8 years on the freaking Switch 2. You see how long they made it? See, that's what I'm saying. Nintendo is different when it comes to their consoles. They feel like, bro, we're going to make our hardware powerful enough to run all of our games, and whatever third-party support we can get, we're fine. We need third-party support, but we're not hurting if we don't get any. That's how Nintendo thinks. Nintendo makes their consoles powerful enough to run their first-party games like magic. Don't believe me? Look at history. You see what I'm saying? Look at history. Look at the GameCube. You know, the GameCube was so superior than the PS2 because it was more powerful, and Nintendo used that to their advantage, right? It was more powerful than the PS2. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, they made us wait a long time. Nintendo made us wait a long time for a successor for a reason. And Nintendo consoles, they age like wine. They literally age like wine. Literally. I'm trying to tell you guys, man. I'm trying to tell y'all boys. You know what I mean? So it's just, to each their own, man. You like what you like. Even when the Switch 2 comes out, it's going to be the same thing. He said powerful. He said, don't Breath of the Wild run at 30 FPS. You call that power? Okay, hold on. My G, that's at the end of the life cycle. You got to remember too, bro, that the Switch is a tablet. The Switch is based off of NVIDIA's Tegra X1 chip. Bro, that's from 2015. That's old. That's like ARM chip. That's not even x86. That's like ARM based. Come on, man. You can't expect a tablet to run a game like Breath of the Wild 2 at 60 frames. I mean, the game is massive. You can't expect. There are certain things you just cannot expect. They released that game because they weren't ready with the Switch 2 yet. And that's what the best the Switch can do. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, bro. Like I'm just saying. They are releasing the Switch. I mean, they're releasing the Switch 2 for a reason. Look at Metroid Prime 4. I do believe that game is going to be cross-gen between the Switch 2 and the Switch, right? And when you look at the Switch 2 version of Metroid Prime 4, you're going to be blown away. You're going to be blown away. It's going to be running at 60 frames. The quality of it is going to look better. It's going to be sharper. It's going to be crazy. It's literally going to be crazy. But I love y'all. Thank y'all so much today, man. I like having these discussions with you guys, man. This feels so old school right now. Like I used to have these debates when I was in middle school, elementary school, high school, college, and I like talking to you guys like this, man. I like when we have general conversations about technology, and it just makes the streams enjoyable to watch and listen to when we all can talk and have a very solid discussion and all of our opinions can come together as a gumbo. I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. It says Metroid Prime 4 already running at 60 frames. It definitely looks like it's running at 60 frames. And some people would definitely say that Metroid Prime 4 is running on Switch 2. Some people are saying that it's on Switch, but to me, that looks more Switch 2 than Switch, in my opinion. But man, it's crazy, bro. I cannot wait for the Switch 2. You said no, it's not. Okay, then. Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. But a lot of Nintendo content creators have it to say that it's running on the base Switch. But if you look at Prime 4, if you look at the trailer. Oh my God, Silas. Oh my God. Silas looks crazy. Anyways, seem like, Samus is going to have some help with I don't know. It looks so freaking good. It looks so good, man. It looks so good. It looks so good. It says Jim's words, Xbox gets COD. We are dead. He says Jim's words. Oh my God. Thank you, Jabal, with the $2. I appreciate it. Listen, Prime 4 looks amazing, bro. The fact that they've been working on that game since 2017, 2018. Crazy. I can't wait for this. 2025 is going to be a crazy year for video games because Nintendo is dropping their next console in 2025, bro. And it's going to be bananas, bro. It's going to be bananas. I got you guys covered. Like I promised, I will be reacting to that Switch 2 premiere. And when that Switch 2 drops, day one, buying it, making content off of it, showing you guys the games, how the games look, how the games play, giving you guys my honest reviews on them. Same thing like I've done every generation of gaming until this point. So, but I love y'all. Thank you guys so much for the support today, man. I had a great, this is up there for one of the best streams that I've done. I'm proud of myself for this stream. I felt like we had solid conversations. And anytime we talk about nostalgia, I feel like it's always a good feeling. It's always a good time. So I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all. I'm not going to keep up y'all time. I know y'all have families to attend to, and work to go back to, but I thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to talk in front of you guys and for you guys to listen to me. Some of y'all are at work right now. I appreciate y'all. Don't want y'all to get in any trouble at work. I appreciate y'all for listening to me and talking with me. It's definitely much appreciated. And it's always great to talk about video games. There's no amount of time. When it comes to talking about retro games and just talking about video games, it's endless. I can sit here and talk all day long. But I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. It's critical to help out the shows in that way. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to try to end off this month strong. And I'm going to make a commitment to try to stream every day until this month is over with. All right. And try to keep gaming alive, keep the channel alive, keep everything going alive. All right. So I love y'all. Peace, blessings. Hug somebody, tell them you love them. And I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless, guys. Peace.